What's good with y'all, man? This is Devani. This is a YMDR vlog, y'all. I know it's been a time. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. Like, what y'all been on, man? Y'all been good? Y'all been eating snacks or whatever, doing all this other stuff y'all YouTubers do? I don't know what y'all be doing. Cause some of y'all be wilding, but I don't know what y'all be doing. But just in case you know, controversy is back. I'm just playing. But yeah, y'all, I hope y'all have a good day. Shoot, I'm just checking in with y'all, just telling y'all some stuff, just what basically, you know, is going on in here, y'all, or just is what going on in Controversy's life, YMDR's life. You know, I'm just about to spill some beans with y'all, just about some different stuff. You feel me? Because I know that y'all ain't heard from me. Y'all probably like, where the freak did I go? And I'm like, bruh, you know, just because I left, don't mean that I wasn't gonna come back. You feel me? But yeah, y'all. First thing I'm gonna talk about, you know, is I thank you to the 13 subscribers who check out my channel, or any person who never checked out my channel. I hope that y'all can just do that more. You know, I love all of y'all so much, so much. Even though I know I don't explain it, but I'm telling y'all, I do, literally. I thank y'all. Just much love to y'all. You know, much love to that. But yeah, y'all. What I'm gonna talk about basically today is just some stuff that's really just been going on in my life, man. So let's see, you know, what should I start with first? Okay, you know, let's see, you know, I took a break a little bit from social media. That was something that happened, mainly because, you know, there was just some different stuff that kept happening. You know, I got to know one of these artists. Her name, you know, I'm not gonna necessarily put her name out there, but let's say, you know, let's say her name is Kay. Let's just use that as an example. You know, I started talking to this girl. I talked to her for a few. You know, we weren't really together type stuff. We just talked to each other. You feel me? I talked to her for a few, she talked to me for a few. She tells me this, tells me that about different things that she used to be. Like, you know, she said she used to sing to God and be a believer and things of that nature. You know, I said, cool, I understood that. One thing, though, that went on is we talked for a few. We was cool with each other from the first time we met each other. But then things went a little downhill, because it's like, I mean, I like this girl's personality. Yeah, I caught some feelings for this girl's personality, and one thing led to another. And, you know, I just asked her, could we hang out? You know, I wasn't somebody who was mother freaking trying to, you know, do anything. Like, I wasn't, you know, I'm not that type of guy who just say, oh, well, can I hang out with you? You know, like I'm trying to get with you. You know, that's not the type of dude I am. Like, girls can hang out with me, and I'm not gonna mother freaking, like, not gonna try to have sex with them. That's not something that's in my criteria. You feel me? Like, that don't fit me, to me. Like, I feel like a girl is a girl. She's a human being. You know, I don't feel like she is mother freaking like an object or that nature. You know, so like, I just, you know, I asked her that as a person who just was saying, well, nah, like, I wanted to spend time with you because you just seem like a really good person. You got a cool personality. I mean, you do music. I mean, I just thought that was something that was cool, you know. But long story short, you know, I found out she deleted me off her Facebook because of that. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did. I'm just like, well, dog, like, I'm just like, girl, what did I do? Like, I don't even know what I did. I'm like, all I did was ask, could we hang out sometime? I didn't even ask it like I was trying to get in your pants. Like, I didn't put no hearts behind it. I ain't put no emoji behind it. That's how you know it was real. Because I'm like, bruh, I didn't put none of that stuff behind it. I just said, could we hang out sometime? I ain't even put nothing like that behind it. And I don't know. She just probably took it the wrong way. I don't know what it was. She must have just took it the wrong way. You know. And I mean, heck, man. I don't know what that was, but for some reason that bothered me really badly for a while. And so that's why I was off social media for a few. I didn't even want to talk. Like, I didn't even want to talk on social media for a few, man. Like, that just bothered me so much for some reason. And then it's like God had to tell me exactly what it was that was going on. And so I had to just listen to God in that situation. It's like another situation that happened with me, that was on social media. If y'all don't know this already, y'all come to my channel, y'all probably don't see that my fingers is like this. Like both of them is. But what y'all don't know is my story behind these fingers is basically that I was drugged by somebody and wandered out in the snow and got frostbite. You feel me? Like, that's something that actually happened to me. That's why my fingers are like this to this day. But there was this girl I used to go to school with. Her name was Jasmine. Yeah, I know that's kind of I'm not disclosing her name because she's a piece of crap. Yeah, I'm not disclosing her name because she's a piece of crap. Yeah, that's why I'm saying her name. But, it's just like, she basically, she came on my Facebook one day and just added me. And I was just like, okay. And, we was cool with each other. Same way. We was cool with each other for a few. I ain't never really even asked Jasmine like that to hang out with her. I usually would, but she would always deny me. You feel me? And so she didn't really know me like that. But one day, she just did something that I felt like she was going downhill from not being my friend. Her boyfriend gets online and tells me that I need to learn how to talk right, and things of that nature, and said things to the degree of me, he's like, oh, you don't know how to talk? He's like, talk properly. And what he didn't understand is that I was trying to tell her and him, look, the reason why I can't type a little bit is because of my fingers. You feel me? I'm not very good with typing on smartphones. I'm good with typing on computers a little bit. I'm not completely there, but a little bit. And so it's like, as I was trying to explain that, she sat back. As I was trying to explain that, she sat back and deleted me over that. And then I looked at it, I was like, well, dang, that was something that got me too, in social media wise and stuff like that too. It got me, and I was like, man, like, why? Like, it hurt me for a few, because it's like, that dude didn't know or understand that I almost died in the snow in 2013. He didn't understand that about my fingers, and Jasmine didn't either. So it was like, I just didn't really feel like talking to nobody. I didn't feel like, the only person I could really express it to was somebody that I actually knew, who was somebody who I could trust. Other people, I couldn't express that to, because it's like, that's just crazy, right? You feel me? Like, that's just messed up. Why would somebody sit back and try to make it seem like it's cool to tease somebody who is a little bit considered disabled by the rest of the world who knows, and doctors who know, and all that stuff? Like, why would somebody do that? You feel me? And it just, that got me too. That was why I was off social media for a few, as a believer, and that people may not have noticed, is that I had an issue with pornography. I had an issue with bondage. You feel me? Pornography was something that kind of put me in bondage for years on end as a believer. I stayed around believers because it's like, it's weird. One thing about a person who is sinful is when he stays around people who are reflecting good things, is eventually, he gets angered. He gets a little weirded out by certain things that they'll do. He gets a little, he'll feel a little different by what they do and how they do it. And, they'll say things that are not necessarily always, that you won't always expect, them to say. And so it's something that almost is like God puts it in their hearts to say it. And so when you're around that as a believer, it's like that constantly is something that reflects around every person. God is using every person in such a way that they're being the light around you. If you're a dark person, that's how that's going to be. You feel me? And I was kind of in that spot when it came to my issues with pornography. There are times I would be a little angry, or even not even understand certain things that certain of them would say you know, and try to avoid certain things that they would say, you know. It's like they said things and it would convict me and I wouldn't know how to really deal with it because I'm just like, well, dang, you know, I didn't even know I was this much of a piece of crap, you know. But they didn't say it that way. I just say that to myself, like, yeah, like I didn't know how much that was really something that was going on. But what eventually happened with this whole thing when I had issues with pornography and things of that nature was I became someone who was under bondage. In 2017, I still had issues with pornography. 2017, still had issues with pornography. Probably in 2016 too. 2016 and even 2015, probably all the way until I was at 2013, I think. I don't know. But I had an issue with that for a really long time. And you feel me? Like, it eventually turned into bondage. I was being bound by pornography. You know, people don't know that, but that's actually what it was and I know I was being bound by it because of these things that I started to see. I wanted to do certain things. Like, let's say, you know, I would always be like, man, like I want to get my driver's license. And I study online and stuff like that. I studied that for a few, and then it's like I think of pornography, and it's like I forget all about what I was supposed to be doing because it's like I cared about the pornography more than I cared about getting my driver's license. There would be times where I cared about not leaving my house more than going outside or lifting weights, or playing basketball, or riding my skateboard, which I got a skateboard over here if y'all didn't know. This skateboard is pretty cool. It's somewhere over here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Oh shoot, hold on. But yeah, riding my skateboard. This mug is lit. This mug is lit. But yeah, y'all, like I had that sort of situation where it was like, that was really what was happening. You feel me? Like, this was affecting me that much. You feel me? To where I wasn't able to do the things that I wanted to do. You know, do other things. Like, I didn't know what other things felt like. You know, I didn't know what going over my grandmother's house felt like. You know, or going, visiting people, or talking to people, or even get to talking to them. Like, you know, it's like certain things that I would do, it just caused me to be so much under bondage. So much that it's like I had to realize that. And the way that I realized it was something that a believer said. And yes, eventually the words that believers tell you, eventually you won't avoid them. Eventually you'll face them. And eventually they'll face you too. They'll say things that will just, bam, it'll kick right in your head and you'll be like, dang, that's exactly what I was supposed to do. That happened to me with that girl named Annie. Her name is Annie. She's a girl who used to work in the sex industry. But you might know who she is. You know, she has a Facebook and stuff of that nature. She runs a group, different things of that nature called Destiny House. But I heard her words one day. And it's like, her words was something that convicted the crap out of me. Like, I saw a video, like, I don't know what day, I think it was like the day she uploaded. And I usually don't even look at her videos, I swear I don't. Cause you know, I barely don't even look at her videos. Sometimes I do. Shout out to her. She might already know that that's somewhat what I do. But I looked at her video that day, and she just rattled something in my spirit that was literally something that I was dealing with. You feel me? Like, she was saying things that had to say that, you know, if you're a person of God, you walk that way and you are all in. You feel me? And when she said that, it's like a voice in my head was talking to me that was telling me something, and it was like basically that I wasn't walking out my true faith. You know, I felt like I wasn't walking out my true faith, my true purpose as a person of God. I was saying all this time that I was a person of God, and it was like I wasn't walking that out. You feel me? Like, she said that in a way, and it just like it was convicting me, saying, well, dog, like, you haven't been acting like that. You've been doing this same thing. You know, you've been reading the Bible, but you haven't let the words go into your heart. You've been, you've been understanding things about God. You've been going to church, but you haven't let the church's words affect you to where you understand them enough. You haven't allowed the people of God in your heart in a way where you talk to them or you understand what they're doing. You do this, you do that, X, Y, and Z. You haven't allowed them to even do any of the things with you, like talk to you. You talk to them. Like, you haven't allowed that to happen because you sat back and just haven't been all in with God. And it's like, when she said those very words and I heard them, it's like, I was like, well, dang, like, that's dang near true. I felt that way. I felt like literally that what she said was something that I wasn't doing. I wasn't doing that. All these years I thought that I was doing that stuff. I thought I was really doing what God wanted me to do. But it's like what had to happen was a person of God said something, and they caused it to where what they said affected me in a way that I just eventually needed to turn to God, and I needed to be all in with God. And this has happened even with my movement. You feel me? YMDR, so many things have shown me that if I didn't trust God fully with my heart, and I didn't expect God to be there all in, and I didn't just rip the part of sin out of me, then I would still have problems with getting people to understand my movement. And it's like, that's what the devil would do a lot, is that he would make it seem like I needed to do these things or be involved with these things. Like, every time I would voice my thoughts about God, he would try to come in and just say different things and make it seem like what I was talking about was irrelevant, and that I needed to just do what he was wanting me to do. And just for me even saying the things that I'm saying right now, it's like he didn't even want me to say these words that I'm saying to y'all today. He didn't want me to say it, but I did. You feel me? Because it's like, I no longer am under bondage by him. You feel me? Like, I'm not under his bondage no more. So it's like, that's why I'm willing to say these words and willing to back it up this time, and it be realistic and not be fake. You feel me? And so it's like, I had to eventually just ask God and say, God, I really just want to be all in with you. And eventually, God's been helping me do that. Last night, I think I went to sleep. Was it? Yeah, I went to sleep. But I went to sleep and I felt good. Because it was like, I wasn't under bondage anymore about what Satan was doing. Like, I wasn't under bondage to pornography. I wasn't under bondage to sexual immorality. Like, I wasn't under bondage to them things no more. And it's like, God allowed me to understand that's what was going on in your mind. That was why you weren't able to do the things you wanted to do. That's why you weren't filming no vlogs. That's why you weren't doing this. That's why you weren't doing that. Was because you were under bondage. And so God had to literally show me and make me understand that when you are under bondage by something, eventually it's going to cause you to turn to God. Because you won't have no other way out. You won't feel no other way. You won't feel good. You won't feel great. You won't feel helpful to anybody else. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't feel like I was doing anything. I didn't feel like it was an issue. I didn't feel like I was under bondage. But you feel me? I was. Because of the fact that I allowed it to do so much. I didn't go outside. I didn't talk to my grandma. I didn't do other things that I could have been doing, like talking to my cousins or doing this or doing that, helping my cousins this way. I didn't do none of those things, and I could have been doing them if I wasn't under the bondage of pornography. And people may deny this. They may think that I'm being religious or just crazy or whatever. But what they don't understand is that things that are in our lives that are sinful, they are going to put you in bondage. They're going to put you in bondage. And trust me, if you're not ready for that bondage, you're not going to see it. You're not going to think you're under bondage. But you see, I had to realize that was no matter how hard I tried, I was under bondage. I had to realize that that was what I was under, no matter if I wanted to or not. But you see, the way that I dealt with that and the way that I got out of it was I trusted in God, and God gave me freedom. You feel me? I'm talking about this with y'all now, and that's really something that's in my life now, is I have freedom in Christ. You know, that's really something that's happened. So, but yeah, y'all, obviously that was just something that I was just telling y'all that just went down basically in my life, y'all. You know, if y'all want to, man, just share this video with somebody, or, you know, just leave your bondages, you know, below in the comments or something like that, and I'll read them. You know, I read you. You know, I know you go through stuff, man. I know people go through different things, and people just want, you know, I know that people just will think that they're not under bondage to something, but you know, eventually you'll tell, you know, when you're under bondage to something. But yeah, y'all, I was just wanting to tell y'all that, and then also I'll give y'all some updates about YMDR. So, what y'all don't know is tomorrow I will be going to different churches to basically get YMDR out there, sort of thing like that. So I'll be going to like what is it? Tomorrow I'll be going to Salma Church, visiting their church, and I'm going to 5 churches. So I'm going to 5 churches, y'all. And so Salma is the first one that I'm going to tomorrow. I might make a vlog on the keyword is might. I can't necessarily promise y'all that, because I can't necessarily be filming inside of their, you know, their churches like that. So I might just film like when I'm outside of it. But you know, but yeah, y'all, I hope that y'all, you know, have a good day, man. I'm going to Salma Church tomorrow. Reason why I'm going there is because I'm going there to drop off my paperwork about my movement to these churches, because the churches have never necessarily known that this is what they have out here for them, you know. So, and I'm really excited about it because I've never gotten to do it. This has been a long time coming, and so I'm finally glad that I'm able to do this now, to just get my church, to get my movement out there to these people. I gotta update the website. I'm over there updating the website as we speak after I upload this video. But yeah, y'all, if y'all even know anybody who's in Indianapolis, or just, you know, who's in this area of Indiana, you know, let them in on somebody. You know, share my video to them. You know, they could, you know, whether they be a believer, you know, or they could be a non-believer, and you could share my videos to them. Because I don't, you know, people think I'm crazy or think I'm weird because I be letting non-believers see my stuff. But I'm like, I don't care. Like, they could be an atheist. I don't care. You know, like, because it's not a thing of like religion. I'm not using this as a sense to say I'm better than anybody. I don't use my faith to say that I'm somebody who's better than you. Like, nah, that's not what I'm doing. And so, yeah, that's why I mainly just let people do what they need to do. But yeah, y'all, I'll be talking to y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I hope y'all really enjoyed this mug. Share this mug. Add me on social medias. My social medias is all in the descriptions over there. And shoot, I gotta add the Instagram one too. But yeah, y'all, I hope that y'all have a good day, and I'll be talking to y'all next time, man. Peace out.